Now, understanding the diverse career paths within social psychology provides a glimpse into the various ways this field impacts our understanding of human behavior. To fully appreciate the depth and breadth of social psychology, it's essential to explore the historical influences that have shaped its development and continue to inform its practice today. So we'll look at some key historical milestones and figures that have contributed to the evolution of social psychology. Let's take a moment to appreciate the pioneers who paved the way for modern social psychology. Back in 1898, Norman Triplett conducted one of his first social psychological experiments. He observed that cyclists had faster times when racing against others than when racing alone. And this sparked a whole line of research on how the presence of others can influence our performance. Let's take a look.
In the world, males compete with each other to win females. Some with weapons to gain advantage over others, like how male people strut and flaunt their feathers for the ladies. Of course, the most striking strut wins, but what about human beings? How's the presence of others trigger our competitive nature? Just like our plants when fixed in competition. In 1898, scientist Roman Triplett asked the question, what happens when individuals come together? Triplett himself a cycling enthusiast, notices that cyclists perform wrestling races with other people they did when they were alone. Then people perform racing like groups when they're alone. As his theory, Triplett conducted a lab test with 40 children, single in one house alone. So asked to why the world was they were asked to repeat his question out 150 times, and he was timed accordingly. Triplett wondered whether or not performance might be enhanced in the presence of other people performing the same task. Wonder if they were to play with him as a task. Sometimes with the experiment and not to develop a so focused effect.
Now, psychology is rooted in philosophy and physiology. However, there are a lot of historical contributions from social psychology specifically that has helped us understand human behavior. As we just watched in a previous clip, Norman Triplett's credited with the development of the first experiment in social psychology. His 1989 study demonstrated that people perform better on simple tasks when in the presence of others, particularly if those others are competitors, as we just watched. This is referred to as the social facilitation theory, and this paved the way for research on social influence and performance. Kurt Lewin was also a major figure in social psychology, making significant contributions. His research was vital during world wars, emphasizing the application of psychological knowledge to solve social problems. And the impact of World War II led to a surge in social psychology research, including famous studies on Conformity by Solomon Asch, which is a classic series of studies showing how individuals may conform to the majority opinion, even when it contradicts their own perceptions. And this highlights the power of social pressure and group dynamics. Course obedience studies by Stanley Milgram. And these controversial yet impactful experiments tested obedience to authority figures and revealed that alarming willingness of ordinary people to inflict harm on others when instructed to do so by a authority figure. Now, other, things that emerged from this area, the concepts and historical research, was that of Muzaffar Sharif. Some of y'all remember the Robbers Cave experiment. And in this innovative field experiment, it explored intergroup conflict and cooperation among children and showcased the emergence of group identities and the dangers of prejudice and in-group bias. Tajfel and Turner are credited with the social identity theory, which emphasizes how individuals derive part of their identity from their membership in social groups. And this can lead to things like in-group favoritism and out-group bias. And naturally, this has been influential in understanding prejudice, intergroup relations, and collective action. And there are several areas with contemporary application as well. For instance, have you ever uh, had buyer's remorse? What's something you bought and loved it in the moment, yet regretted it after you got home or even in the car on the ride home? That could be contributed due to the lowball technique, which might have led you to make an expensive purchase that you wouldn't have otherwise done. How many of you have ever been given or dealt with lazy teammates in a group project? Social loafing might be the cause, as this refers to that group member that fails to contribute on collaborative tasks. And how many of y'all know about that new year, new me mantra that comes in, right? Some research has suggested that this is due to the false hope syndrome, to repeat cycles of setting unrealistic goals, experiencing initial progress, and then ultimately failing to achieve those goals, leading to declining motivation and frustration. And it's a trap many of us fall into. And it's driven by a combination of overconfidence, poor goal setting strategies, and inadequate coping mechanisms. Physician and biologist Lewis Thomas stated, we are by all odds the most persistently and obsessively social of all species, more dependent on each other than the famous social insects. And really, when you look at us, infinitely more imaginative and deft at social living. So, as humans, we rely heavily on social interactions and relationships for survival, well being, of course, and development. And this dependence is more profound than that of social insects like ants or bees, which have rigid, instinct driven social structures. Humans, on the other hand, form complex, dynamic social networks that are essential for emotional support, learning, and cooperation. And unlike social insects, humans possess a remarkable capacity for imagination and creativity, which enhances our social interactions. This creativity allows us to develop sophisticated communication methods, cultural practices, and social norms that facilitate cooperation and problem solving in diverse and adaptive ways. And the quote also touches on the adaptability and dexterity of human social behavior. Social psychologists study how individuals navigate and influence their social environments, adapt to social changes, and develop strategies for effective social living. And this includes understanding phenomena like social facilitation, conformity, leadership, and group dynamics. The social psychology continues to evolve, influenced by current events and research, and it can be applied to a variety of real world problems, such as to reduce prejudice and discrimination. Social psychology offers several strategies for this, and one effective method is the contact hypothesis, which was proposed by Gordon Allport. It suggests that under certain conditions, direct contact between groups can reduce prejudice. And these conditions include equal status, common goals, and institutional support. Additionally, educational programs that raise awareness about the negative impacts of stereotypes and discrimination can help change prejudiced attitudes. Changing social norms to promote inclusivity and equality also plays a crucial role in reducing discriminatory behaviors. Social psychologists study various persuasion techniques to enhance the effectiveness of advertising. Techniques such as using authority, scarcity, and social proof can make advertisements more compelling. Emotional appeals, whether through humor, fear, or empathy, create a stronger connection with the audience, making ads more memorable and impactful. Furthermore, understanding the audience's values, beliefs, and behaviors allows advertisers to tailor messages that resonate more deeply with specific groups, increasing the likelihood of positive response. It's also able to create safer workplaces, which involves fostering psychological safety, where employees feel safe to express their ideas and concerns without fear of negative consequences. And this environment is built on open communication, trust, and mutual respect. Applying principles of ergonomics and human factors to design workspaces that reduce physical and mental stress can lead to safer and more productive environments. Additionally, implementing stress management programs that help employees manage stress and maintain mental health contributes to overall workplace safety. And social psychology provides various approaches to help individuals cope with stress and anxiety. That includes things like cognitive behavioral therapy, that's widely used to help individuals identify and change negative thought patterns and behaviors that can contribute to stress and anxiety. Encouraging strong social connections, which provides emotional support and reduces feelings of isolation, which are key factors in managing stress. Relaxation techniques such as mindfulness, meditation, and deep breathing exercises also help individuals to manage stress and anxiety more effectively. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this Chapter 1 lecture. I look forward to seeing your feedback and your comments. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much.